All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back, all you Freeheel Lifers out there. And I guess this is version number 2 of the Telemar Pirate. If you're a podcast listener, and stoked to be back. So, if you're not familiar with the live stream format, I'm doing this the first Tuesday of the month on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on Instagram, I'm giving it a try. So, hopefully, it's working on Instagram too today as I slowly learn the ways of technology and find other ways to do this. But I thought when we do these public live streams, it might be good because I know we've got a lot of Instagram folks as well. And actually, looks like some people are joining from Instagram. So what's up, everybody? Stoked to have you here. So let's hop right into it. I've tried to do these public live streams and bring a little history piece into it. Today is a unique piece of telemark history from my own vault. I wanted to show this to you guys because this is what a young Josh Madsen was doing in high school. Obviously, I was very focused on graduating high school and getting out into the real world when actually I was in pottery class making Riva 1 bindings out of clay. And that was probably, I don't even think I could throw a bowl, but there you go. I never put the cable on it. I made the holes, but never got bold enough to drill them. But there you go. So I thought that'd be a fun little piece to show today. It's even got the little leash clip up here. Riva 1 binding for all you youngsters out there. An important binding in the 1990s. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Obviously, I'm a big history guy. I like to collect a lot of telemark history. So I figure these live streams are a good chance for me to selfishly share that stuff with all of you out there. So maybe to get the mind going a little bit, think about all the stuff that has come and will come in the future. So today I kind of want to just catch you up on some Freeheel Life stuff, things going on in the telemark world that are related to us, and basically just thank you all for your support. Psyched to have this going, and it's a little slow snow year here. So it kind of feels like a slow start. I went skiing this morning, got some turns in. I would say it's not chalky like I would have liked it to be firm and chalky. It was kind of real firm, but had some good sharp edges and got it. So I just put a video up called Low Tide, High Pressure on the YouTube channel. So you can go check that out. I shot that a couple of weeks ago, just some POV stuff and playing around with some new cameras and things like that. So I've got some more content for the Instagram channel and also the YouTube channel. Before we hop into some content, though, I wanted to tell you guys that we are running a new year sale, 20% off site-wide, with the exception of Telemark gear, protector service and demos. Use NTN20 at checkout to get the goods. Sale ends Friday at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you guys need remaining Scarpa boots, if you need 22 Designs bindings, Rotofella bindings, we've got it. Definitely head over to freeheellife.com and get those and take advantage of that 20% off while we've got it. So boots are in stock. I wanted to just kind of hit on that, the basics of that. This time of year, this is kind of funny enough, the sales season for telemark boots is very small. So a lot of retailers don't hang on to them beyond February. So you're going to start seeing those sort of trickle out. And that's part of the reason we're running the sale. I'm going to be talking a lot more about boots in some upcoming podcasts. I know that's a hot topic of conversation for people on social media right now. New boots. There's obviously been some leaked information about some stuff. I think a little earlier than Scarpa was hoping for, but I'm definitely going to kind of take what's been put out on the internet and share some thoughts on that in some upcoming podcasts and videos, kind of give my take on it. And if you're interested in that, be sure, obviously, to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know what's going on, or possibly on Instagram. But YouTube's where I'm putting a lot of the video content. It's a really good platform for us to do, um, video specific content and kinda get a little more broad range. I feel like Instagram sometimes it's got that stoke level, and a lot of the stories that I'm running on there, everything from ski mounts and stuff going on, manufacturing and, more shop related stuff. So be sure to get on the YouTube channel as well. On I mentioned this to some of our YouTube members, uh, in last week's sort of behind the scenes video, but I wanted to mention it here too. Excuse me. Boot parts have been a really interesting thing that's kinda come up the last 2 years because as a retail shop, we really tried to carry so many parts for boots and bindings, but I specifically wanted to bring up the boot thing because we're getting so many emails, and maybe you're watching this and you haven't shopped Freeheel Life or whatnot, but I really want to encourage people to try to get parts for their boots to the best of your ability, especially NTN boots like, TX Pro, TX Comp. The biggest thing that's coming up is mid straps. So, that strap that kinda goes across the instep, you could call it's called a mid strap, but we call it, that, and it's more like instep kinda over the ankle. These straps break a lot, and we have not been able to stock these. Scarpa hasn't had them in, like, at least 2 seasons, and this is kinda going on the 3rd season. Some exist, certain sizes, like those common sizes in the mid-range, 26, 27, 28 can get difficult to find. Um, I know some people are using, like, full tilt strap, which is a Alpine boot company, and I think that's just something to keep in mind is really protect those mid straps, watch your bellows on the boots, and also just, general care of boots. So I'll just kinda leave it at that. I just want you to take care of your boots, Some people have boots for a really long time, and that's totally fine. You don't necessarily need a new boot, but I think as we've seen with 75 millimeter boots, it can get tricky, as T-Race went away, 1 in the Scarpa lineup, those were tricky parts to find, and you can't really find them unless you're able to get to a boot graveyard of sorts and sort of dig things up and, find a better way to do that. So, I think that's really important just to keep in mind is, keep those boots healthy and strong so you can keep on skiing. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about World Telemark Day. This is the 10th annual World Telemark Day that's gonna be happening on Saturday, March 2nd, 2024. I'm gonna be putting the annual press release out as well as a high resolution logo. I'm gonna try and put it on the site with some sort of a download link this year. I think that's easier. In the past, I've always had people email and sort of send it to you, but I'm gonna try to get that on the site this week. If you're not familiar with World Telemark Day, this was something I came up with 10 years ago. It's sort of a way to have a decentralized way of starting a telemark gathering locally at your hill, either by yourself or getting a group of friends together. Uh, and kind of on the upper end of it is maybe you're going to a marketing department at a ski resort or something like that, and you're able to put on a small event, but kind of decentralize it. Like basically, that's why I provide the press release, provide the logo. You can do whatever you want with it. You want to print merch on your own, and you can do it as a fundraiser. You can take that press release, send it to your local newspaper, or give it ideally to the marketing department if you're working with the resort. It's a great way for people that want to get involved with telemark, but maybe you're shy, maybe you literally just wanna go out by yourself and, put say, "Hey, I'm celebrating World Telemark Day." That's really the essence of the whole thing. You don't have to be part of an event, you are the event. So, plan on that. 1st Saturday in March every single year. We're a decade in this year, and, it's been super, super fun. Shane, I saw here, said Eldora was really fun, that's in Colorado. And there's a lot of places that are all over the world that are gonna celebrate Northern Hemisphere World Telemark Day, 1st Saturday in March, so put that on the calendar. So I wanted to go over a couple things in this live. I'm a little choked up. You guys are making me nervous. Um, things that have worked really well, just to give you some ideas of things that people have done over the past 10 years, because maybe you're thinking, is it an event? Is it something I do by myself? Like I said, it can be anything you want. It's just the day that needs to be celebrated. It's a reason for you to go telemark on the first Saturday in March with people worldwide. So, number one, how we connect is if you're on social media, you can share. Instagram's a great one, because we can use hashtags, which is for all of the old folks out there, it is a pound sign, but pound sign or hashtag World Telemark Day. And what you can do is click on that during that day, and you'll see people from all over the world that will get together and celebrate telemark skiing, the best turn on snow, and you're a part of it. So things that have worked for people in the past is creating a local meetup where maybe you don't really wanna go to your resort management and say, "Hey, well, let's put on an event," but you're thinking of having a meetup place. So the very, very first thing is come up with a meetup place like, "Hey, Bob's Lift, bottom of Bob's Lift at 9 AM, we're gonna meet up and take a run together." Okay? So that's one example of a very, very simple way to be able to gather on World Telemark Day. Now, people that maybe wanna go the next level, they might be like, "Meet at Bob's, bottom of Bob's Lift at 9 AM. We're gonna ski together, and we're gonna do lunch together," or, people can break off and do stuff, or maybe you have an opera gathering, at the truck or the car in the parking lot, maybe have some frosty beverages together, and it's just a good way for you to meet new people and or old friends getting together to celebrate telemark skiing. So that's something that really works well. Other places, like Shane mentioned, Eldora, uh, there's always an event going on there that, Telly Kahlo puts on and kinda gathers everyone together there. They do like a Telly Limbo contest and some other stuff like that, okay? So people can kinda add to it. The base of it is just the day, and then you're able to sorta add what you want. There's some really great events going on all over the United States for sure, um, and I know Jason said the bottom of Bob's Lift is where it's at. Yeah, I don't know. If there's actually a Bob's Lift, let me know. I think I pulled that out of my head because I worked at a resort and there was Harry's Dream Lift, so I was thinking of something a little generic there. But, yeah, those meetups can turn into more events like Eldora. Typically, we've done something at Alta and, we'll have demos and stuff like that. If you're at a small resort, this is a really good day to be able to do stuff because maybe you go to the ski school and say, "Hey, do you have a telemark instructor that you would be, uh, a tele instructor that's willing to teach a clinic for free," or something like that. Sometimes when you get to these bigger resorts, obviously, we're seeing a lot of corporatization of ski areas, and I mean, not that it was easy 20 years ago to do demos at large resorts, but it's a little trickier, to get it done that way. But I'll tell you, I've been a marketing director at a small ski area before. That's why I do the press release and I do the logo because people, especially at smaller resorts, are always looking for something going. So if you show up and you're like, "Hey, I'm the local telemark skier. I wanna have a gathering," guess what? Here's cast in the next week or 2 that you can use, and hopefully those are some decent examples to kinda get the wheels turning. Uh, I got another comment from Jason. He said, "But really, World Tele Day is fantastic, and if nothing else, it gets us out." And that's what it's all about. It's it's an excuse to go skiing, and it gives you a specific day to be able to do that. So, I hope you'll celebrate World Telemark Day, 10 years of it, and I'm really excited. I always love going out and skiing with everybody. Oh, one last idea. If nothing else, like meeting at the bottom of the lift to start the day, one thing that's worked incredibly well for World Telemark Day is a group shred or a group ski at some point in the day. Typically, we always kinda did it at the end of the day. Everybody goes meets at the bottom of the lift again, goes up together, and then you all line up at the top, and you all descend together, in sort of a mob ski. Just some fun stuff like that. Human slalom's another one. Just come up with some ideas. Make it yours. Take it to your local area and come up with something fun that can live on forever and create that local community, which is what this is all about. That's how Telemark grows. If you got a it's also another day where you can get an old setup, give it to a friend, you know? Give them that extra pair of boots, skis, and bindings, you know? Leather, put them on some Targas, put them on some NTN stuff, whatever you got. Share the turn with people. This is how it grows and propagates out is when we share our passion with other people, and this is a example of a time to have that excuse to do it. So hopefully that helps. If you have questions, you can email me directly at podcast@freeheellife.com. Just say you're interested in World Telemark Day. If you have a meetup in mind or an event, please start sending those to podcast@freeheellife.com. And podcast every Monday. If you're not familiar with it, the Freeheel Life podcast. In the newsroom and notes section at the beginning, as we start nearing World Telemark Day, I'll just start firing that off, okay? And, letting people know. And I mean, literally it's small it doesn't even matter if you're by yourself. If you wanna say, "Hey, I'm skiing Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I'm the only telemark skier here," look for the guy at the bottom of Bob's lift. I will announce it on the podcast for the entire world to hear because that's how important it is to me to do that. So, Shannon was saying last year they did a group ski and, massive wipeout. So, everyone was okay. So, I'm glad that worked out. Keep some space. Keep some space. Um, you know, I'm trying to think, if I wanna throw in here too. You know, I've switched a lot of things up with the YouTube channel this year. This is one of those things, live streams and talking about, what's going on. These public live streams are kinda good because we can just I love it. You guys comment. I get to see what people are thinking. We're trying it on Instagram. It's just it's a great way for people just to know what's going on, and maybe I'll start kinda bringing that podcast element of newsroom and notes into this, which was kinda what I was doing with the boots and parts and what I'm seeing out there, trying to indicate, "Hey, these are things maybe you should be paying attention to." Because 'cause I'm a telemarker and, you're a telemark skier or aspiring, or maybe you were and you wanna get back in. Either way, I want you to be able to know what's going on, so, if things are going on like World Tele Day in your area, you can send me info too, because this is a great opportunity to chat about it and sort of throw it out there. If you like the live stream format, this one's usually runs about 30 minutes. I have a black level member live stream. There's 3 membership levels of the YouTube channel, and the black level live stream is an hour long. That's where I'm getting into more super detailed stuff. Last month, I actually did, the topic was adding constraints when skiing to improve body position and technique, and I did the 1 hour live stream that you could check out. I did a supplemental video, sort of dry land in the shop, and I'm gonna be adding and building upon that, as we get into, uh, kind of more into the season. So, one of the things I know the YouTube members that are already on, and thank you very much for your support, and thank you even if you're not a member, thank you for being here and watching the videos that are getting put out. I really appreciate it, and, I've always tried to make an effort of creating community with telemark skiers that, wanna get out there and learn about stuff, but the adding constraints thing with that video, one thing a lot of people have been asking for is instruction, and I've hit it on this on the podcast. It is so difficult to find instruction. Generally speaking, I know there's places out there, and, uh, you can find instruction. But what I'm trying to do with some of these videos is find a way to even go more in depth with some of my ideas on instruction and bringing that into some of these membership levels, especially the blue and the black level members on YouTube, and share that with all of you. And a lot of the ideas on these live streams are coming from members on YouTube that are like, "Hey, I need to work on this." And as I'm growing it, we're a small group, so, you know, it's great because it's really personalized attention. I can do these videos and find common ideas between people making requests. And so this particular one, just to kinda give you a little, tidbit about what it was, adding constraints, uh, to help skill acquisition, it's really utilizing certain terrain features to naturally help your body get better positions that are more helpful when you're skiing. So that's kind of a general synopsis of what that black level, uh, member live that I just did, a week ago or so. So that's always the last Tuesday of the month that I'm streaming that. So anyways, check it out. I'd love for you to check out the memberships and see if that's something that's interesting to you, and whatnot. Also, I was gonna mention some videos that I've started doing. I've mostly done them on the membership side, but I'll probably sort of tease it out there a little bit, is I've got some better software, and I'm able to do some breakdown videos. So, I've got these telemark technique breakdown videos where I'm actually watching, I've pretty much only well, I guess I've done, a couple of us skiing and sort of breaking down the technique as we're watching. I also had the opportunity to teach a friend, how to telemark ski and thought that'd be a great opportunity to critique that as we watch. So if you're a really visual learner, that's how I am. I love videos. I like watching videos, audio, visual, that kind of thing. You can see from my pottery class, obviously, I'm, maybe not the written word quite as much, but I think video is a great format with telemark, and these telemark technique breakdown videos are a great way to sort of dive in, watch somebody else ski, and get some feedback about what's going on in terms of body position, the skills you're using, maybe where things can tighten up a little bit. And I'm definitely of the mindset, if you're curious about the instruction side of stuff, you know, I'm this is my 30th year of telemark skiing. I've always loved telemark because of the diversity of the people doing it, and also the diversity of the turn style that emerges from people naturally learning how to telemark. Uh, I I'm not one that has like I wanna see something that works for you to accomplish the task rather than like a homogenized version, you know? Some things are invariant and they work well, and then there's a lot just like going out on the ski hill, there's a lot of variants that go into, making a good telemark turn, and there's so many dynamics. So if that sounds interesting to you, that's what this channel is all about, at least on the instructional side of things, is I definitely take more of that approach. I want you to figure out what your turn looks like because it's yours and it works for you, and you can always improve on it. And that's why I love telemark skiing so much is it's an endless way to do it, you know? Everyone's got a different, you've got the low smoker type, knee to ski, old school, but also new school. People wanna have knee to ski, that's cool, you know, more upright stance, whatnot. So like I said, if that's interesting to you and you like those videos, I'll try to do some that are non-member videos. I am trying to, I just picked up some new cameras, so I'm trying to do a good balance of both member videos and free videos, because I get it, maybe you don't have the money to do a membership or maybe that you don't see the value in it yet. Totally get it, and, but I would like to have it across the board so you have the opportunity to see if it's a good fit for you, 'cause that helps me do more of them and get into that. So, the reason I'm talking about Instruction is like I love doing history videos, for instance, and showing all sorts of old crazy bindings and skis, all that. Uh, but I think majority of people on the channel have asked for instruction. I think it's very apparent that it's not that easy to find, good instruction that's affordable, and that's tricky for a lot of folks out there, or you live in a telemark desert of sorts where there's just not a lot of equipment and whatnot. So, anyways, I'd love to hear your comments. Um, Shane was asking, is there a way to subscribe to the YouTube channel? If you're on YouTube right now, if you go into the notes in the live stream, then there's a link in there. Now, I will say, if you're on iOS, on mobile, I have no idea why it is like this. You cannot subscribe from, an Apple phone. So go on the desktop, do it that way. Thanks for bringing that up, Shane, I appreciate that, and, would love your support. Yeah, I think, instruction is gonna be a big thing moving forward, and you can get my nerd out history, uh, topics whenever you want, but that's also the beautiful part about this platform is you can go dig in and find a playlist that works for you and get into it and whatnot. So, as we wrap up, I just, yeah, definitely go check out let me just look at I'll just kinda give you the quick breakdown of some of the videos. Yeah, I put up low tide, high pressure this morning. You can check that out. That's a fun video, mostly just skiing Alta groomers and kinda some chalky stuff, as far as free videos go. And, there's lots of movies on there if you guys are trying to get some stoke on. Some of my old stuff like Hippies, Punks, and Misfits and Loyalty and lots of telemark edits. There's a lot of free content. Definitely check that out. Like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hit the notification button. I want you on there. I wanna connect with you. There's also links to the mailing list, and, I'd love for you to check that out as well. One thing I was gonna mention that I am gonna put on the Black level member, side of things as I move into spring, summer, I'm trying to kinda get it going now, is if you're interested in tech work, this is another, this is I can't make it free, Jason. Free Black level, I can't make it free, I'm sorry. I have to pay the bills somehow, and I appreciate the thought, and if I could make it free, I would, but I've done so much free stuff for telemark over the years, I had to make it pay for this one, so, on that level, I'm gonna be putting a bunch of, uh, Freeheel Life tech certification stuff about everything ski teching. That may or may not be interesting to some people, but I know that's been a lot of shops out there. I know, unfortunately, we don't have techs that have the ability to have access to no it's not rocket science, right? Mounting skis, fixing bindings, all that stuff, but I wanted to find a way to, uh, put all that on there, and these are the videos that I've used to certify ski techs here at Freeheel Life, for the majority of time that I've been open, and I wanted to put it in this format so people could access it, and it gets into more, "Hey, how do you fix this particular part of a binding?" Also, how do you mount a paper jig? How do you mount with you know, what am I trying to say? With a jig, with an actual jig. Alright, anyways, uh, great being here with everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If you're on Instagram, go check out the YouTube page as well. I'd love to have you over there. And, whether you're there for the stoke videos or all this other stuff we're talking about, check it out. If you have questions, email me directly, podcast@freeheellife.com. I would love to keep this going, and like I said, next live stream is for the public, 1st Tuesday of February, and honestly, I don't even know I might even be on my way to Midwest Telefest. Um, oh, this sounds choppy. I'm sorry, Shane. Hopefully, anybody else having choppy, uh, let me know before I hop off. Is anybody else getting choppy sound? Comment on YouTube. Let me know. 'Cause that's, I should have done an audio check probably with, like, thumbs up, but, oh, dang. Alright. Choppy, my bad. I don't know what's going on. All right, everybody. Sorry it was choppy. Hopefully you understood what was going on. I will see you on the next public live stream next month, and hopefully the audio will be better. Thanks for checking it out, and until next time, spread telemark always, my friends. See you later.